Hey, so welcome to the team. I wanted to give you a bit of information about Farmasi, what it is, how it started, the whole rundown of the company. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. So if I'm reading fast, I'm sorry, but I have a bunch of notes in front of me so that I don't forget anything. So let's just get started. Farmasi is a 70-year-old company, so it has been around for quite a while. The founder is Dr. C. Tuna. He was really big into research and formulations, and that's how it kind of all got started. So our corporate story starts when our founder, Dr. C. Tuna, if you've probably noticed that name a lot on the website, there's a whole line named after him and a bunch of products. He started up his first business in Turkey, and he was a medical doctor. So he was eager to help other people. I mean, that's kind of a medical doctor's like main goal, right? So his first company was actually a pharmaceutical manufacturing company where he formulated, most of the formulations himself, which is really cool. So he didn't have companies formulating things for him. He was doing the formulations by himself. So he actually expanded his company after 22 years of doing that and ended up selling the shares to an investor. And for 18 years after that, he imported raw materials for pharmaceutical products, and those were used in manual formulations in drugstores and retail stores like that. And these products are about 13,500 pharmacies around Turkey that he was doing that for. So on top of that, in 98, him and his son ended up establishing a cosmetics company. It was not called Farmasi at that point. It was called Tanalise Cosmetics, and that's where he manufactured cosmetic products ranging from personal care to like skincare stuff. And that is where this became a family business. So if you didn't know, we don't have like a corporate run business. It's a family owned business, which I think is amazing because it's not like it's like not a chain ladder of people like you think it would be. Of course, there are other people that help out with like the higher end stuff, but it's family owned. It's not a corporation, which I think is amazing. So, let's see. For many years, he actually manufactured private labels and for like large retail stores. So I'll get more into that and you'll learn more about that in a little bit. But we actually help make labels and packaging for companies outside of Farmasi. So that's one of the reasons why we have such low or inexpensive prices, is actually because we're making money elsewhere than just from this company alone, which is amazing. I'll get more into that. So they have very high quality standards, and the other retailers that use Farmasi for these types of productions of containers and packaging and stuff like that, they have really high quality standards. So he became really experienced with that in high quality cosmetic manufacturing, which is kind of how this all started to come about and grow. So he comes from a pharmaceutical heritage, and that obviously means that he needs to have high standards when it comes to his products. So he was very into the formulation of the products with Farmasi as well, which is really cool. So at the year of 2003, he founded his own cosmetics brand. That's when Farmasi came about. So he was already doing the other cosmetics, more of like skincare and, minor makeup kind of stuff. And then Farmasi came about and he just hit the ground running with, hair care, nail care, makeup, skincare, a line for men, a line for babies, fragrances, and he kind of just hit the ground running and just splurged and did all of it. So if you didn't know, Farmasi, the company Farmasi, Farmasi, actually comes from the word pharmaceutic. So when you guys hear that and you're talking to people are like, wait, the pharmacy, like what? And you're like, yeah, no, it's different. But like, that's where it came from. And he loved the name of this brand because he believed that the name kind of lies perfectly like with his pharmaceutical heritage and his vision to create like cosmetics and products that have high pharmaceutical standards. So 2018, they finally opened a factory in Miami and Poland, because if you did not know, this company was founded in Turkey, in Istanbul, Turkey. That is where their main place still resides, but now they are spreading out through the world. So they are in, excuse me, 125 different countries, and right now they are in, I believe it's 30 countries with direct sales. But they were a retail company before they started with direct sales. So they have a place in Istanbul, Turkey. This is like their main headquarters, and it's called Farmasi, and it's a state-of-the-art factory. They have a huge capacity of things. They are able to produce over 1,000 tons of product every single day. Their factory actually consists of 6 different factories that can produce from like personal care products to wet wipe products, makeup products, perfume products, plastic packaging products, and then like the laminated tools and stuff like that. So that makes kind of the factory like an integrated factory, and that makes them self-sustainable. Again, we'll get more into that as to why the prices can be so inexpensive, because we're doing everything ourselves versus having to pay someone else to do it. So I have some written down notes. Those were like my typed notes. Now we're getting into the other stuff. So the company, Dr. C. Tuna, passed away in 2017, and he did leave the company to his son and his 2 grandchildren. So the son is the CEO / owner of Farmasi currently. It's a family-owned company. It's not corporate. It's not public. It's in 125 countries, and okay, so it's 25 direct sales companies, and it just hit like last week, so the very beginning of February, it hit its 1 year as direct sales in the US, which is amazing. So Farmasi has the Farmasi that's in Istanbul, Turkey. It's a self-sustainable facility, so it has the warehouses that it needs to have within its compound. Those facilities have specific purposes: warehouse, shipping, formulating, packaging, all of that kind of stuff. They have, I did not know this, guys, I just learned this. They have one of only 3 machines in the entire world that actually creates packaging, which that goes back to what I was telling you guys before of outside retailers using Farmasi. That is why, because there's only 3 of them in the entire world, and Farmasi actually has one, which is so cool. And that just makes everything so much less expensive for us, because they're being compensated elsewhere, not just through their company, which is amazing, because, I mean, who doesn't like inexpensive stuff, right? Who doesn't like to save money? So, let's see, where was I in here? So yeah, I always get like the people are always saying, wow, that's so affordable, and oh my God, like, why is everything so cheap? Like, why is this not like that with other companies? That's why. We manufacture everything, the products that go into, to the packaging and the ingredients. Guys, we do everything. Like the rose line for the skincare, like we grow our own roses in France. Like we have our own garden in France. Like everything they grow everything. There's a certain place where they grow all of their ingredients, which is awesome. They also use reverse osmosis. I'm not going to get into the scientific term of that. I don't even think that's a word. They create their own water at Farmasi. So the water that is in your products, they're creating that water, which is so cool. They don't test on animals. They don't use any animal products with the exception of beeswax. Some people find that to be like an animal product, but I don't know. It's one of those controversial things. So if people ask and they're concerned about that, let them know that they do use beeswax in a few of their products, but other than that, no animal, nothing. They also don't harvest any plants or herbs that are near extinction, which is awesome. So on top of not testing on animals and harming animals, they're also not harming plants that are becoming endangered. or extinct. So in the long run, the company is very mindful of like our planet, which I find super important. It kind of makes me proud to represent a company that has these beliefs and, you know, is passionate about those types of beliefs, because I feel like our environment is very important. Without it, we wouldn't be here. So why would we disturb it? There's also no SLS, parabens, or harmful chemicals, because they follow European standards. And what that essentially means is Europe, the US only bans about 13 or 11, it's under 20 chemicals that are harmful for your skin. And I did a lot of research on this, and I wouldn't say I'm an expert, and I might not have all the facts correct, but from what I read, those X amount, 11 chemicals or whatever, are banned by the FDA, but there are loopholes for ways that they can still be put into your products just within a certain amount. Europe bans over 1,300 chemicals. So when I say that like our products are safe, they are safe because they literally ban like just so many chemicals that you would find in everyday cosmetics in the US. So I'll put that there. I won't get into too much more than that. I feel like that was kind of a lot all at once, and I don't want to bombard you with information, but that is pretty much like the main idea of Farmasi and where it came from, and kind of how it runs. And yeah, so if you have any other questions about the company, feel free to reach out and ask me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have, and if I don't know the answer, I will find it for you. So thank you for watching this, and I will talk to you later. And yeah, see ya.